This is being brought to you by Midnight Triple Feature. This podcast will contain adult language and spoilers.
Midnight Triple Feature.
.blogspot.com.
Where is this place again?
It's an abandoned farm.
Indian massacring settlers, and don't forget the death cult.
Telling tale, let's truth be told.
Please help us.
It's just a book.
Telling tale, it's truth. Telling tale, it's truth be told. Telling tale, it's truth be told.
All right, welcome to this episode of Midnight Triple Feature. We are going to be reviewing the direct-to-video Field of the Dead. Adam's here.
Yep.
Jeff's here.
Yo.
I'm Mike. So this is about 7 friends who descend out to an isolated farmhouse, and they find a book, they read it, and demons come after them. Basically. No, is that not a good synopsis?
No, I mean, it was. It just... You make it sound so much better, or more awesome.
It's very basic.
Right. You made it sound very Evil Dead, but it's not.
No, it's definitely not Evil Dead. Yeah, no way.
I don't know. I thought it was more Children of the Cornish.
I don't know. Yeah. Where do we start, man? Yeah. I mean, that's the basic plot. You know what I was getting from this, and Jeff, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about because you didn't see the movie with us. Scalps.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, like, in Scalps, it was, like, basically there's a group of college kids, and they go out to, like, collect samples from the soil. It's the same.
That's what they did in
collect
this
samples from the soil. They
Yeah,
find a
you're
little
right,
thing in the ground, and that little thing causes, like, this. It's a Native American to come back and, like, slaughter them. Like, possesses one of the girls, and she starts killing everybody.
It's basically
It's
the same
Isn't
movie,
it the
yeah.
same movie, man?
Yeah.
I like Scalps a lot more. So, yeah, like you said, there's, like, 7 college-age kids go out to this field. I thought it was going to be like, kind of like Evil Dead-ish or something, but it wasn't really.
Not at all.
I think this
Never even panned out to be close.
No,
I wanted it to, but...
You wanted it to, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing is the setting is good. I see why you get Children of the Corn, because you get the cornfield stuff. I mean, what did you think of the... I don't think they used the setting well.
No, well, there's really only 3 spots they use.
Yeah.
The barn,
Right.
The campsite.
the campsite, and the cornfield.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Right.
Yep.
But you think about, like, you talk about Children of the Corn. You think about, like, how you could use a cornfield. They don't really use the cornfield. Like, there's a scene where the chick's in the cornfield.
They used it pretty well in the opening scene.
The
opening scene was...
right.
I liked it.
That's good. I forgot about that. You're right. It sets up pretty well.
For being low budget and
Yes.
the type of film they used...
Well,
I gotta-
shooting on video, yeah.
I got to tell you, I think they put it together pretty well.
Okay.
Well,
It
here's...
held my interest, and that's
It did. Yeah.
pretty... It takes a lot to hold my interest.
Well, you're speaking of the way it filmed, the one thing not the one thing, but one of the many things that bothered me about this was the constant wind noise. Because they were basically just filming outside.
Yeah, the wind, and then you hear the whispers.
You would, oh my God, it was just, you would hear all the background noise through the whole movie, constantly.
If I had to say something negative about it, I would say that it took too long for shit to start happening.
Yeah.
You know,
They
give you an idea of what is going to happen, and then there's like a gap until like towards the end where then everybody gets killed.
Yeah, everything happens at once, and that's why I was saying like they do use. You're right. They use the cornfield well in the beginning. I forgot about that scene. But then like later, I don't think they really use the barn that well either. Like it's there. They kind of use it. They set up the wood splitter. You know they're going to use that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like you have the opening kill, like the dude that kills the chick in the cornfield, whatever, and then it's a long time till anything happens. And even the kills, I was kind of like,
They're
And
pretty
the
lame.
conversation is just
Yeah.
boring.
Well, yeah, that's
The
the other
conversation drags out.
thing. I didn't mind the characters. Surprisingly, they didn't bother me that much. Like, I actually kind of liked the douchebag guy for whatever reason. I thought he was funny.
I started to like him towards the
yeah,
end too.
yeah,
He kind of grew on you, and he's like, you root for him. You hope he lands one of
Yeah,
those
I
chicks.
actually
You
kind
know,
of liked. I don't know why I liked him. Like, but he was kind of an asshole. But he didn't come off as like really unlikable.
The professor guy?
No, the guy that was constantly trying to bang the chick that was a
Oh,
lesbian.
yeah.
He was doing
Oh, yeah, I like
dictation.
that guy.
Yeah, like that guy.
yeah.
He was funny.
cool.
And all he wanted to do was sleep with the lesbian chick who wanted to sleep with the blonde chick.
Yeah,
And,
who was actually pretty hot.
Right, who he obviously, wasn't ever going to land because she's lesbian and he wasn't aware of that.
I don't know. You saw Chasing Amy.
Well, yeah, but this isn't Chasing Amy. So, all right, so yeah, like it takes forever. Bunch of people sitting around.
You know what? I gotta interject
Go ahead,
because
yeah.
like this is I just started thinking about it. First of all, it's set up in a time like back in the Pilgrim era, right?
Wait,
The two girls and the father.
Oh yeah, okay.
They're
you're
back
talking-
in the
okay,
Pilgrim
you're
era,
talking about
okay?
the whole movie.
Yeah, I'm like,
no.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No.
They're driving cars and
They're
shit.
and then they're in the present
Yeah,
and they're in this barn that looks pretty modern
yeah,
and it looks like it's used
yeah,
and they're there for 5 fucking days.
yeah.
Why hasn't anybody else fucking come to this barn? If it's a working barn, if there's electricity to it, which, there must have been because,
Yeah,
they were
I
able to
don't know.
use the lights in there.
I don't think they even cared. I think you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're
In fact,
absolutely
like
right.
if you were
It's somebody's property, right?
somebody's
Yeah.
property. If you look out one of the barn doors in in one of the scenes, you see a fucking road going by.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and it seemed like they were going really, really far away, like out to this cornfield. But you're right. You never get
Yeah.
any sense that they're really out or far away from anything.
No.
Like, they feel really close to civilization, if anything.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess let's just talk about the kills then. I mean, like you said, this movie takes forever.
Yeah.
And that's why I was surprised when you said it didn't lose your interest, because the only thing that kept me interested was like that guy I liked and some of the characters,
Yep.
and there's some nice nudity and stuff in there.
I gotta
But-
say that's one of the best parts about it.
right. So I mean,
liked.
like you have to put that stuff in there.
The lighting
But-
was terrible.
The lighting, yeah.
Lighting was
And I don't
bad.
like, a lot of movies do this. When you shoot on video, they put like a weird filter on it, so they try to make it look like darker. I don't know what
it's
it
like
is.
a grayish tint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's just a filter effect, and I
Yeah.
don't get that. I don't get what they're doing. Like they're trying to make it look a certain way.
Because we got boobs once in this movie,
Yeah,
and they were too dark to see.
yeah.
It's kind of
So we
disappointing.
got side boob, and we got side boob. We got boobs in the beginning, right? And
Oh,
that chick,
yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
chick in the tent
Yeah.
took her shirt off.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It was too dark to
It
see.
was dark, yeah.
But hers weren't even interesting.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, whatever. I didn't care. They were fine. I don't mind nudity.
Well, they're probably working on $1,000 budget.
That's what I'm thinking. It's really hard to probably convince these people get nude when you're not paying them shit. you know?
They did have some really pretty cool effects, like when the chick was driving back to the camp
Mhm.
after dropping the blonde off, and she saw the image of the girl, one of the girls on the road, and then she saw it again, and then she saw it again. She's like,
Right.
fuck.
Right.
I mean, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it freaked me out a little bit.
Right. Yeah, actually, that was okay. So the kills, that kind of works into that. I did have an issue with the kills. They just didn't feel all that like creative to me.
Not at all. No.
Like I kind of thought this was like, it sets it up as a slasher movie because you have like 7 college kids going to a remote location and they're going to be killed off one by somebody. That's basically a slasher movie. So you at least expect you're going to get nudity, you're going to get a good setting, and you're going to get good deaths. Like one dude gets cut across the stomach and dies. One
Yeah, you don't
chick
even
dies.
see it though. It's just
Yeah,
blood
but
on a
she
t-shirt.
she freaking hacked his head off.
Did they see? Maybe I'm just not remembering because it just
The first dude, I forget his name, the guy with the glasses.
she cut his head off. See, I
She
don't
sliced
remember
that.
that. Wow.
When he got up on the
I remember
second
her
floor of
cutting
the
his
barn.
stomach, yeah.
Yeah, she turned around and went sliced his stomach, and then she got up, grabbed his head, and pulled
Right.
it up, and she went.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah, it's a cut scene though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's
I
fine.
like that was probably one of the best kills.
Yeah, there were 2 that I really liked. I like the car accident thing was cool, but it was a really lame way to take out a character. Like she crashes her car and dies, right? Isn't that what happened? Like
Yeah, it didn't even show. They
Yeah.
showed
Right.
a tree, and that's it.
Yeah. So like,
It was like this weird tracking shot towards the tree too. It
yeah,
was like a really bizarre tracking
Like
shot.
she couldn't
Yeah.
steer around it. I mean,
Yeah, she wasn't going that fast according to the
No.
shot. But
another dude gets impaled, in the barn. Fine, whatever.
yeah,
The chick with the hammer, I was like, so again, like I don't feel like they're utilizing the setting that they have all that well. Like they kill one chick in a car. Like you
Yeah.
have a cornfield, you have a barn, but you're gonna kill her in a car.
and why was there a random hammer in the tent?
Well, I wasn't even gonna ask that. But that was my
That's
next
so
thing. Then you're
weird.
gonna kill another guy in a tent. She easily could have
yeah,
like
because
led
he got killed pretty gruesomely.
right, but she could have led him out. Like she's trying to seduce him, like lead him out, bring him out, and then try to make it at least a scene that's somewhat suspenseful where
Yeah.
she's gonna track him down and kill him with a hammer. Instead, she climbs on top of him and kills him, which is something you've seen before.
Yeah.
So I was and you don't see it; it's just blood spraying on her face.
Yeah, she just came back from the barn too, so that's where the
she
hammer
was
came
possessed
from.
or whatever. Yeah, so.
Well, the hammer was next in his tent next to him because she went to his tent. She crawled in his tent.
Yeah, I don't know where the hammer came
Oh, yeah.
from.
The hammer, yeah, it was random.
Yeah, because she
I
was
mean,
in
if
the
you
tent.
saw her holding it on the way to the tent, that would have been a good shot.
Right.
Yeah,
You knew she was gonna kill him. It wasn't like you had no idea she was gonna do it.
And you feel sympathy for this dude.
Yeah, and I actually liked him, so I actually
Yeah.
feel bad for him. Even it's the one guy I did like. And then the one chick gets split by the wood splitter, which was probably the best kill in the movie when she gets cut in half with a wood splitter.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
And then the other issue I had with the movie is, so I'm thinking again, like it's kind of like a slasher movie, but you don't have
Too much.
you don't have a
slashing.
final girl, is what it is. So like in a slasher movie, you always have your final character that either is going to get away, but going to have to go through something before they get away. But the final girl, who's set up as the final girl, leaves like 20 minutes before the end of the movie and goes into town.
Yeah,
And then at the end, you see her again,
Mhm.
and it's, I guess, she's dead.
That was pretty creepy though.
Yeah, it was, but it felt very like anticlimactic. I
Yeah.
guess. I was like, I thought she was gonna be the last one left.
yeah. I mean,
And then she was gonna have to fight the possessed girl, the best. You know what I mean? It was gonna be like one of those things. where she
Yeah,
was
I
being
didn't get.
hunted.
I didn't get the possessed girl dying. What the hell was that all
I don't
about?
know. It didn't
She just
just-
fucking falls down and dies.
Right.
What the fuck is that?
I was just expecting there to be more of like chase scenarios of people being hunted. Like you're talking about a girl that's possessed that's killing these people off, but everybody just dies in like such a simple. Nothing happens. You don't really build up. They just kind of die.
So what you're saying is they didn't really use their imaginations. When
Yeah,
put
they
these
didn't. They
scenes
didn't
together.
bother to use. Exactly. You should have chase scenes. You should have people that are struggling to survive, not
You got
walk into an attic, dead.
You
Walk
got-
into
yeah.
a barn, dead.
You got to show this guy
Right.
running a couple hundred yards
Yeah.
from the killer,
Right.
and then all of a sudden
Right.
running into the killer.
right.
it gives you the sense of fear and anxiety.
This is what
Yeah.
you need, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, with the dude in the tent, bring him out into the cornfield, hit him in the fucking head with the hammer, right?
And then drag him to the barn.
Right. Yeah, like he gets up, runs, she goes after him, whacks him in the head again,
But- and he's
drags
not-
him to the barn,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
know what I
And
mean?
he's not dead.
right. Exactly.
You know he's hanging from the
Right.
rafters, and he's like,
Exactly.
"Oh,
play
don't
out
do
that
this."
suspense of waiting
Yeah.
and play out like it's a slasher
They
movie.
brought an entire scenario in that they could have used. Because when the final girl went back to her apartment, you had an apartment now. You could have tortured her.
They didn't use it.
And you could have done all
Right.
kinds of things inside that apartment, and they
Instead
didn't
of
do
killing the
anything.
girl off, they could have had the girl in the apartment.
Yeah, there's so many things
Because
because
she was the one that wanted to sleep with the girl, right?
Right,
So,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
she's the possessed one.
Right.
She could have been the image
Right.
that you see after the blonde
Right.
walks by.
right,
And then
because they were like in love with. I think the other girl liked her too. She had a thing for her. I think they had a thing for each other.
I don't know.
Like it kind of played off because when the girl, the black-haired girl, the possessed one, was like, it's just bullshit dialogue where she's like, "Oh, you were talking about me," and the other girl's like,
Yeah.
"I wouldn't do that." It's like you kind of get the feeling that
Yeah.
she does, but this girl's probably like really fucking annoying, so she doesn't want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I know she got freaked out and went into the other tent.
right, that's what I mean. Like when she woke up and she said she was Linda Blaring or whatever, was she
Yeah.
was doing exorcist type shit. But yeah, my biggest issue at the end was just that I felt like nothing happened by the end. Like
Yeah,
You know,
because
because
nothing
they
did
took-
happen.
Right, they took her
Yeah.
out of the pic. They set her up as the one that knew what was going on. They set her up as the one that was like the smart one. Like we gotta get the fuck out of here, which is always the one that's gonna be the last one standing, which she was. She didn't have to do anything to be there. She just left. And that means you took two people out of the scenario because the other girl gets killed in a
Yeah,
car.
but you know what, though? She was the one that said, we got to get the fuck out of here before
Right.
everybody was dead. So
Right.
you know she's got to be the first one to die.
No, she should be the last one to die. Like, if they set her up that way, because usually the girl that knows what's going on is the one that's
right in the thick of it.
Yeah, but that's why they don't kill her, because you are going to associate with the one
Yeah,
that knows.
but see, in this movie, the blonde chick was like, we got to get the fuck out of
Right.
here. And so she got the fuck out of here.
Right.
So she should have been the one to get killed.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's my problem is that if you're going to take, like a cliche or whatever,
Yeah.
choose the right one, because taking her out doesn't make sense.
No.
You're right. I thought at that point that they were going to kill her. I'm with you. We're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they should have kept her there. That was a huge mistake.
Did you catch the continuity flaw in the movie? I mean, I'm
sure
sure there was a
it was-
lot
I'm
of them,
sh-
but there was one that just
Tell me.
stood out, and I'm sure you guys, had to have seen it. When the kid with the book was sitting down reading it, and he was reading the diary, and you see the words, they're written in like a feather pen, you know, the old ink pens, like that in cursive. And then when his buddy came over and was yelling to him, he had the book open, and there was regular line script on the paper. Did you see that? Did you notice that? It was just like a regular.
By that point, I was
exactly.
Just, yeah.
I'm so checked out.
I caught that, and I was like,
Yeah.
did they want that to be a part of the movie? Like,
I
was
doubt
this guy seeing something in the book that no one else could see? I don't know.
I don't know.
You got to check it out
Why
again.
does there
just to
always
see.
got to be a book? There's always a book.
Well, it was a
Evil
book
Dead,
that
man.
it didn't look like a book that was 200 years old.
Come on, they had and then they could have gone so many different directions. They didn't need a book.
There's a
they
lot
were in
of
a
ways they
field.
could've gone.
They
Well,
could have.
The funny
You know,
thing
they
about
had
any
whispering.
book is that
Yeah.
so they had like the girl found that little thing in the soil, and the one dude's like, "We don't take anything, we leave it."
Yeah, and then she picks it up and puts it in
So
her pocket.
that's all you need. Like if you watch Scalps, that's all they took the arrowhead. That's all
Oh,
they
yeah,
needed to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Took the arrowhead, and then she's possessed.
Yep.
We're gonna accept. You don't need a book, and
Yeah, she should
know,
have been the one possessed.
she should have been the one possessed. It made no sense and she was the last one to technically die too. It makes no like. She's the one that broke the rule. That she's the one that gets to wander around to the end and then fall into a fucking wood splitter. You know, like, because that's what she runs around for like a minute and then it's.
She died pretty good though. The blood came out of her mouth pretty
The kill
cool.
is actually very good. Yeah, that was, and you knew they set it up early. They show you the wood splitters. So you're like, they better use the fucking wood splitter.
I mean, even Scalps had better music than this. Scalps had way better music.
It really did. And Scalps was like, I mean, they are so similar, man. Like when you really, the whole Native American tie and all that, and like the possession and the Scalps was like so low budget B movie that it works. It almost works better. If you ever see it, Jeff, it's like, it's so low budget that it almost is more entertaining because they're not taking anything serious.
They know it's
a.
they know it's a B.
They know what they're
B
making.
movie, and they're going with it.
Like
yeah.
remember when like he's shooting with the arrow or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Like, remember
yeah.
like the arrow, like he couldn't hit anybody. This dude's such like a trained fucking Native American spirit, and he can't hit anybody with.
Yeah,
a
with
bow.
an arrow, and then finally he hits her like 4 times.
Yeah,
and she
he has to
still
shoot
runs
her,
away.
like 4 times before she goes down. Oh, we gotta
Yeah.
watch Scalps again. Man.
I know, man.
So I don't know. That's you guys have anything else to say?
Give it a B minus.
Oh, that's good. Give it a grade. B minus. What would you give it then? If you're gonna grade it.
Like a letter,
Yeah, he gave it a B minus. Give it a letter grade.
like an X.
Like an F? Do you want to give it an F? An X would mean like porn.
Yeah, not rateable.
I don't think that this
God.
had any hardcore porn in it. So
I'd go probably like 2.5 out of 5.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'd probably go a little lower. 1.5 out of 5, I think.
Yeah. It was,
If I was doing a
That's
letter
like a
grade,
C minus.
C minus probably. I'd give it
Yeah.
like a C minus best.
So you're a B minus.
He's probably right around where you are.
B minus.
He's not.
yeah,
in a-
hell no, I ain't
yeah,
giving
he's
it
not
that
in a
high. No
B.
way.
All right, well then you gotta go lower in your number.
I said
rating.
X.
You said You said 2.5 out of 5.
So.
Yeah, you're probably around as like a C plus.
C plus.
Yeah, C plus.
C plus.
I give it a C minus. Yeah, 1.5.
All right, well,
out
if you're
of
gonna put
5.
that down, yeah, I'm gonna go.
I mean, it's funny.
I'm
man,
gonna go to
'cause
like
I'm
a
thinking
1.5.
like, I'm like, oh, I'm giving it
You know,
1.5 out of 5.
If I watched as many horror movies as you guys did,
Right.
I probably would have failed this movie.
You would have given it a much. It's because we I'm talking about. We just watched Scalps
Yeah.
back in the fall, so
Yep.
that like we've already seen that, and we're already comparing the two. So
Yeah.
when you have so many movies to hold it up to, you're right. It's harder to give it a good grade because you're always comparing it to something better. Yeah, well, 1.5 out of 5, C minus. Yeah, we're right around a C plus average then. I would say maybe see it if it's on Netflix. Maybe. That's a big fucking maybe.
And that's if
maybe.
you're at a friend's house who already has Netflix, so you don't gotta pay for it.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't buy the streaming.
I think you'd
for
be a little. I think
$8.99
it's easy. It would be easy to get bored with. If they cut it down, maybe it'd be better.
Yeah.
Cut out some of that. You know.
They got to cut some out and add some.
Yeah,
they got to do the whole movie
killings
over.
better throughout the whole movie, or not wait till the end like
Like
that.
Mike said, you got to raise raise the anxiety level. You got to
Yeah.
be like, whoa, what the hell's going to happen next?
You can't try to slow burn this shit if you don't know how to slow burn it. You know, because
And that's what it was. It was a slow burner.
it
It
just
fucking just
didn't feel. It was more fizzling than
Yeah.
burning.
And I don't know. I think that's really what held my attention to it.
Right.
You know, because it didn't go down or up. It just stayed like this.
Stayed at a 2.5.
Yeah.
So
All right, that's it.
That was
So,
interesting.
that's it.
I wouldn't buy it for $1. No,
No, it's not worth $1.
not to me. I don't know.
Don't waste your bandwidth trying to rip it either.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel through iTunes or Stitcher Smart Radio. And as always, you can find us on the web at midnighttriplefeature.blogspot.com, on Twitter at MTFeature, and on Facebook. And on Facebook. And on Facebook.